Good evening, guys. I hope you all had a blessed day on today. I hope you all had a blessed Labor Day weekend. Hopefully, you had a chance to spend time with your loved ones. Let me tell y'all, I had a great time this past weekend spending time with my loved ones. Some I hadn't seen since 2019 before the pandemic started. And once we reunited over this past weekend, guys, it's like magic happened. We had missed each other so much, but we came together and we just had a great time. And within this weekend, I was reminded of something very simple. My grandma Nadine led a song on Sunday when all of us were getting ready to part ways. And the title of the song was called I Still Have Joy. And basically, that is what I got on here to briefly talk about on this evening. I still have joy. A lot of times in life, we may get thrown in different directions. We may face challenging situations, but no matter what we go through, there is something that we should be able to cling to find joy. And I mean, no matter what. No matter what you're going through, there is, I guarantee you, if you dig deep, there is something that you can cling to for joy. Within my family alone, this past year has been very challenging. I'm not sure how your family dynamic is set up, but I can only speak for mine. So within my family, we're very close. We're very close knit. We have family that stay here in Houston, Dallas, Louisiana. We're very close. And so within the past year, I can say I've personally lost two very dear people to me. Right on the onset of the pandemic last year, I lost my granny, which was my stepdad's mother. She was very dear to me. I met her when I was 6 years old. And from that day forward, she was always granny. Although my mom and my stepdad did not marry until I was 13, she had been granny since the age of 6. So she's very near and dear to my heart. And she treated me just like I was her own, didn't matter. And to lose her was very devastating to me. And less than a month after I lost her, I lost my Aunt Ree, who resided in Louisiana. And and it was actually due to COVID. And so it was bad enough that we had lost her. But then we have to deal with the fact that we're not able to come together to give her the proper service that she was deserving of due to the regulations that were put in place around that time. So that did a number to my family. It did a number to us, like psychologically, mentally, just in it was just tragic. And so to be able to come together after all of that has occurred, it was absolutely amazing. It did my soul some real justice to be able to love on some of my loved ones who I had not seen since 2019. Family is very important. We believe in old family values, traditions. We believe in loving on each other. No, we don't always see eye to eye. We don't always agree on everything. But the one constant thing that we do have is love. That is the one consistent thing that is and will always be the real deal, is the love that we have for one another. And that's joy within itself. Um, Speaking of myself, I can say even on my mom's side, because this was my dad's side of my family who we spent all that time together. But even on my mom's side, we're very tight. It's me, my mom, and my aunt Sabrina. And I know most of you know that my stepfather Lee passed away 6 years ago due to complications of a stroke. So it's fair to say that I've experienced my fair share of losses throughout my 35 years of living from both sides. Just on my mom's side alone, again, I just lost, I lost my stepdad 6 years ago, lost my grandma Laura, which is my mom, back in 2009, my great grandmother in 2000. And my very first memory of a family death was when I was 5 years old. Listen, guys, I was 5 years old when my Aunt Felicia, my mom and my Aunt Sabrina's sister, baby sister at that, was murdered at the age of 20 back in 1991. Now, just imagine the type of hurt that we had to deal with. Just imagine before my grandma Laura passed away, she had to deal with burying her baby girl at the age of 20 due to murder. So we've had our fair share of losses, but through all of that, we still managed to find joy some type of way. A lot of people cling to us because of joy that we have. You wouldn't even know that we've been through half of that unless you know us, because we have joy. They cling to us for strength and the joy that we exude. Throughout all of those deaths that I just mentioned, I have joy and peace in knowing that one day, because of my salvation and because of theirs, that I will reunite with those very people that were very near and dear to me, who are now in heaven with our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. So that is the joy that I have, even with being, even with them being departed from me. The joy that I have is knowing that we will be together one day because of the salvation that I have and that the salvation that I know that they had. So if nothing else, that's why I say no matter what, even death, no matter what you're going through, there is some joy to be found in it, okay? Through all of that, it has caused me, my mom, and my Aunt Sabrina to be very close. We're very close. It's almost like I'm the baby sister, but in actuality, it's my mom, my aunt, and then me. And then, of course, we're still, family with, my stepdad's family, which was, my granny who just passed away last year. I was still close with her, and I'm still close with the rest of the family, my aunts, uncles, cousins. We're all still family no matter what. So I thank God for that, because through Lee, we were able to inherit a whole nother family. We were able to inherit that. And even through the major losses that we've had to incur, we are still family. And we still have fun with one another. Do we see eye to eye? No, not all the time. But again, we love each other. We love each other no matter what. We find joy in that no matter what. No matter what. No matter what. So whenever you're going through some of what you may think are the toughest times in your life, just remember, I still have joy. You lost a loved one. I still have joy. You lost your job. I still have joy, because some type of way, God is going to make sure that all of my needs are met. So what? I still have joy. You're not getting along with some family members. I still have joy, because God's going to work this situation out. Your car just broke down. I still have joy, because God is going to provide a means of transportation for me to get to and from where I need to go. I still have joy. No matter what, I still have joy. A lot of times we get joy and happiness mixed up. While they are very similar, they are very different things. Happiness is more so external. Joy is more so internal. Let me break it down for you a bit. You may be very happy to receive a gift, especially if it's something that you've been wanting. But you still have joy whether you get that gift or not. Because what? It's internal. It's internal. No matter what, I still have joy. No matter what, you still have joy. No matter what. No matter what life throws at you, there is some joy to be found somewhere. And half the time it's not even hard to find. It's right in front of you. But sometimes we be so focused on the wrong things that's going on, or the chaos that's going on, to where we miss the joy that's right in front of our faces. But I'm here to encourage you on this evening to know that I still have joy. You still have joy. No matter what. There is something to cling on to that will give you joy. Maybe it's an old memory of something fun that happened years ago, or even in the midst of what you're going through. Focus on the brighter days that will come, because, my friends, they will come. Trouble don't last always. So just know that if you're going through something, it is temporary. It's not going to last always. So focus on what you're going to do once you get out this rut. I'm going to go on a shopping spree. I'm going to take me a trip. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Focus on the brighter days that are to come, because they will come. They will. Not if, but when when they come. We are all in 3 different stages of life. You're either in a sticky situation, you're either in a situation where you don't want to be, or you may have just come out of it, or you're about to go into it. Either way, in all 3 of those scenarios, you still have joy. I still have joy. Because life is just, life just goes on and on and on. And every day it's not going to be a good day. And every day it's not going to be a bad day. So just like I said, you're either going through something right now, you either just came out of something, or you're getting ready to go through something. Because it's a never-ending cycle. But just remember, no matter what part of the cycle you're in, remember that you still have joy. That song is going to probably stick with me for days to come. Because something simple as my grandmother, Nadine, leading that song reminded me that I still have joy. I still have joy. I'm 35, not married, no children, but I still have joy. Because one day that's going to happen, because that is the desires of my heart. And as long as it's in line with God's will, one day I'm going to have my husband and children. But guess what? Before that, I still have joy. When it comes, I still have joy. And can't nobody take it away from me, because the world didn't give it and the world can't take it away. Don't you let nobody take your joy. Don't let nobody take nothing from you that they couldn't give to you. The devil is a lie and the truth ain't in him. You still got joy. I still have joy. You may have health problems. You still have joy. Take the necessary precautions needed to better whatever portion of health you may be struggling with. I know I've always dealt with fluctuating weight problems pretty much all my life. I know right now I'm taking it up on myself to try to, juice and to try to back off, some things so that I can do what I need to do to make myself healthier. I'm starting to walk more. I have accountability partners to make sure I get at least 10,000 steps a day on my Fitbit. But whether I'm a size 2 or whether I'm a size 12 or 14, I still have joy. No matter what, I still have joy. That's really all I came to share with you all. So if you've liked what you heard, please feel free to like, share, subscribe, and help me get this word out. Because, and especially during the times that we're in right now, we need to be reminded that we still have joy. We're in a pandemic. It's another variant of this COVID flying around here called Mu. I guess they gonna probably try to go through the whole Greek alphabet. I don't know. But whether it's Delta, whether it's Mu, we need to do what we need to do to keep our immune systems boosted. Whether you're vaccinated or not, you still have joy. Wear your mask, you still have joy. Boost your immune system, you still have joy. Get vaccinated, you still have joy. Don't get vaccinated, you still have joy. Because through it all, God is going to still cover you. God has the final say no matter what. But it's still up on us to do what we need to do to protect ourselves. So again, I said on another video, I'm not here to push the vaccine. But if you're not going to get vaccinated, you need to make sure that you're doing something to protect you and your family. At the very least, I hope we're all wearing our mask. Because it's not about us. It ain't just about us. It's about everybody else. You may feel comfortable in your skin. Well, I'm healthy. I don't want to do this and I don't want to do that. But you should think about others around you. I'm vaccinated, but because I care about other people around me and because I had COVID myself, I take it up on myself to wear my mask whenever I'm in public. Because I don't want to infect anybody and I don't want anybody to infect me. So, again, I still have joy. I still have joy. No matter what other curveball this world gonna bring us, we need to still operate in our joy. That's it. I'm going to bid you all a good night. I love you all. And till next time, peace.